Yes. Oh, God. It's a yes, but it's kind of a no, which sums up my life, really.
Does it? Wait, what's a yes?
Like, I feel like every situation of me is like,
Yes. It's sometimes
it's yes, but it's no. It's yes first, and then it's no. I'm just a
You make out with me and suck my tit, but you know what?
No, but no.
You know what? I'm starving myself
You're starving yourself? Why?
in preparation for tomorrow.
Why? What's tomorrow? Oh, Thanksgiving. Oh my God. I've already had a drink and I am so messed up. Welcome to the Hey Frase podcast. It's our Thanksgiving Day edition. I'm your host, Sarah Fraser, along with the fabulous, the gorgeous, oh my God, thank God she's still my friend, AJ, who we love. I can't even believe it. Luis, digital content creator. You guys seriously make this show happen. And it's so sad that the person that started this show is the least moral, has the least compass of like true north.
I've just been in the business too long.
Is that it?
That's it.
I do. I feel like so jaded.
Yeah.
I feel like jaded, and now I'm just becoming an old whore.
Don't go that. Oh, God. She goes all the way, guys. All the way.
All right, look, we have so much to talk about on this show. This is like a juicy show, all right? And it's juicy because I will tease this. AJ and I went out on a business meeting recently, okay? We've sort of talked about this story beforehand, and we're not going to name any names. It's a very incriminating story. We don't want to go there. All we're going to say is we went on this business meeting. It turned majorly left. The person, not only that, but basically invited us to dinner, and then essentially we get there and pays for the dinner in favors and gift cards. We're not even kidding. We're not even joking. And then
Wish we were kidding.
Do we continue to do business with this person? But there's so many more layers to this, including my moral compass. I don't know what happens when all the mercury goes out of the compass. Like it just keeps going around and around. Like, that's me. That's me. Like that is literally me. So we have so much to talk about. Also, our friend, who's a friend of the show, Alicia Rashaw. Am I saying it right? Rashaw. Oh my God, she's the best. Anyway, she is here. She did an interview, a very exclusive interview with the cussing pastor. If you don't know this guy, Google him because she's going to be on towards the end of the show today. And he has made headlines for many reasons. Now, one, I actually shared once his stuff because it was so funny because he was on here like, he comes on and he's like, you all are up here preaching to everybody. Meanwhile, you're sucking dick. And like, he goes on all this stuff. I thought it was great. Then I share it and people are like, he's homophobic. How can you be sharing his stuff? So she went down to Memphis, Tennessee, where he has a congregation, sat down with him, did a great interview, asked him all about those things, and also tried to kind of understand where he's coming from and what the No Cussing Pastor's mission is all about. So she's awesome. She's kind of giving us a sneak peek before the interview comes out. So we're going to talk to her about that. And of course, we have 4 things that are popping.
Things that are popping.
Believe me,
that's my sound effect.
after you hear the rest of the stuff that's going on in the show, you're going to be like, oh, that's what you think is popping? I don't think so.
There's a lot of stuff back here that's popping.
Yes. All right. So before we get into that, why don't we thank a couple of our sponsors on this Thanksgiving Day pre-show who we absolutely love. Mervis, we have to thank Mervis Diamond. They have another trunk show coming up in December that I'm going to be at. In the meantime, though, this is engagement ring season, and Mervis is literally the best in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. You need to go visit them at mervisdiamond.com or make an appointment and head in. K Street, Rockville, Tyson's Corner. We love them. Not only have they been 80 plus years of Mervis family heritage, their diamonds are ethically sourced, which we are all about. That's one of the reasons that we partnered with them. They've been voted best place to buy a diamond by Washington Post. We can't wait for you to get engaged this holiday season. All right. You need to go there, buy your ring, and then tell us all about it.
Would you love to get engaged this Christmas?
Yes, I'm ready.
I don't know. Not after what we experienced. But
do you think I behave enough to be engaged? Oh boy. I mean, I guess the question is there a record for how, like, a woman who said yes to so many engagements? Like, is there a woman out there who's,
I think right now you're engaged to 5, maybe 6 guys currently. Although no ring on the finger.
Where are the rings? I want to be the catfishing scammer of like being engaged to like 8 different men and just have all the different diamond rings because I feel like I could do it. I think I could pull it off. I think
You're
seen
pretty
it.
organized. You could be like planning, dates on dates on dates and then, stacking them up. Yeah.
MervisDiamond.com. Also, we have to thank Dr. Mary. We love Dr. Mary. You need to make an appointment today. Total Dental Care, MD.com. She's in Gaithersburg, Maryland, but her practice handles everybody from your little ones all the way up to parents. They do everything from periodontal appointments, sedation dentistry. You no longer need to be afraid of the dentist. I have periodontal disease. I'm going to see Dr. Mary in December because if you let it go, it causes a ton of problems, all the way from heart issues to potential complications when you're pregnant. Your teeth are one of the most important things. I'm obsessed with teeth. In fact, I became so obsessed with teeth, I've ruined all my enamel from whitening them so many times. Don't do that. Instead, make an appointment. TotalDentalCareMD.com. They accept all insurance, but she's also offering a $99 special for Hey Frase listeners. So tell Dr. Mary when you're there that Hey Frase sent you. TotalDentalCareMD.com in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Make your appointment today. All right, so AJ, you have your first endorsement. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Yay!
Scent you guys. You guys know I love to smell delicious. I love perfume. I use it on the regular, seriously. I have a couple favorites, and they're my staples, but I've been really interested in trying some new scents, which is why Scentbird is so amazing. So this is a monthly perfume subscription.
Okay.
You get 5 monthly. They come in this cute little carry case. You can take them anywhere. It comes with, I think, 125 sprays per little tiny bottle. I mean, you get a new scent, 5 new scents every single month. The website offers 450 designer perfumes, which is incredible. You could switch it up every single month.
Oh, that is incredible. And I was reading you get Prada, Gucci, Kate Spade, Nest, and more. So that's just some of them?
Yes, and Prada is some of my favorite brand for perfume. I like the unisex, like it could smell men or women. I like that kind of musty smell of men. I don't know. So I love to smell like that.
Yeah, you're androgynous, if you will.
Exactly. So month to month basis, I get a whole new set every single month. You can order the same, order different, but that's what I love about Scentbird so much. So you guys got to head to Scentbird.com. With this exclusive offer, you'll get 50% off your first monthly order today. That's only $7.50 for your first month's box of perfume.
Damn, that's a great deal.
So Scentbird.com, SCENT, bird.com/Frase, and use the code Frase for 50% off your first month. Scentbird.com/Frase. Sign on and smell amazing.
I love it.
I love it.
Good. Okay. So you've got your first endorsement. We are super happy about that. I know.
I'm feeling very special, though, really.
All right, so let's get into this topic because I seriously want to know how you feel. You know, you and I'm lucky to call you a friend outside of here.
This is why I've been so flustered today.
Are you really? You're really upset about this?
I came in flustered. I can't even read anything. I can't even talk about anything until we reach this subject and address the ongoings of what happened.
All right, so I'll set the scene. Set the scene.
Set the scene for me, Sarah.
I'm setting this. Oh,
this is gonna be a zinger.
So here's the deal. We recently go out on this business dinner, if you will, okay? We're going to leave it as vague as that. And we're in all kinds of different businesses, right? We've got podcast business. We've got merchandise business. We've got live podcasts. We're pitching to TV. We're pitching to radio. There's all kinds of different businesses, okay? So I'm going to keep it real vague. We go out to dinner, and the person that we're going out to dinner with, this whole dinner takes a left turn fairly quickly. And it starts off, I could tell that you were irritated because we get there, and this person essentially announces to us that they're going to pay for our dinner in gift cards. They'd invited us to dinner, but they essentially called in some favors. They talked to the manager at the restaurant, and essentially we're comped on the house because this person is cashing in some favors and using gift cards, which immediately you felt was tacky, right?
Now, I'm all about a good deal. I'm all about a good time. But when I know that you're a successful business person, I expect you to, I don't know, foot the bill. Because I know I will when I'm making money. See, I'm going to be footing the bill all the time.
And this is why I know I'm jaded. None of this surprises me anymore. Like, I'm so used to cheap human beings that you have in this expectation a lot of times. You see somebody, they carry themselves and you think, oh, this person's a class act, they behave. If they're inviting us to dinner, they're clearly paying on their Black Amex. Only not really. They're basically cashing in favors. Order whatever you want because I've got this old rusty gift card here that I need to use.
I was like, are the ceilings about to fall down? Like, where are we? First off, I was expecting, elegance all around, elegance and class, and we got, I'm going to tell you all about it. It was far from class.
Okay, so then we proceed to have the dinner. I knew that was coming. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a free dinner. You can order whatever you want. Then this person basically, as the night progresses, continues to propose to me 3 times.
Thrice. He proposes to Sarah 3 times. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought we were talking about business. This is a business dinner. All of a sudden, this guy is like whipping his dick out and being like, Sarah, will you marry me? And I'm like sitting there. First off, I shouldn't have even been invited to the dinner. I was used as a little, what will you call it?
Basically, you were dangled as the gift card.
I was dangled as the gift card.
Yeah.
Sarah, AJ, come to dinner. This is going to be, we're going to talk business. Instead, AJ, go sit in the corner because I'm going to propose to Sarah.
I mean, it was kind of odd. That part was really bizarre.
Right.
Like, it did turn from a dinner of 3 to like a dinner of 2. And that's the part I feel bad about because I should have just been like redirecting the conversation back to the 3 of us. But this person literally nearly got down on one leg. They proceeded to tell us all about their love history, which was not good.
Not good.
Not good. From a series of strippers to trying to save a marriage to, I mean.
Now,
yes.
This was the kicker to the story. Can I disclose the stripper?
I'm wondering if
details?
this
I don't think they'll be able to trace it back.
Okay,
so I
fine.
think we're
Okay,
fine.
yeah, sure.
So this guy proceeds to say, so I used to find myself in a lot of strip clubs, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, I know guys go to strip clubs. I mean, I occasionally will go to one for like a bachelorette party. And he says, but I've stopped. You know why? Because my therapist has actually said that I am what they call a white knight syndrome. I like to save women. I was like, what? That's why you think you like strip clubs? No, it's because you're a dirty skis and you like to see some boobies and some vajayjay and you like to see them dance and you want to put money down their crotch. That's, motherfucker, why you like to go to strip clubs, not for the white knight syndrome. He was trying to cover all this shit up. Of course, we both were laughing our asses off, but I go home I wake up in the morning and I'm like, wait a fucking minute. This shit ain't right. I was just waking up and realizing everything that was wrong about that dinner. I mean,
well, now I feel bad because when I called you the next day and he proceeded to tell us all the sexual things that he likes to do and that he would do to me. I mean, it really ended up taking this bizarre left turn from a business dinner to a complete.
I'm not
going to say me too, but I'm going to say that it was.
It was. You know what? This is why.
No, because that guy doesn't have any power over anything that we do. Like, to me,
it's true. That's true.
And my thing is this: I feel badly because I think I should have shut this shit down instead of this is like my biggest Achilles heel is I entertain these fuckers all the time. And I said to Dan the next day, I was like, oh my God, this like totally turned left. And I told him, I was like, this guy basically, proposed to me numerous times. Like he continues to tell me.
He even accused you of not being happy in your own relationship. Like, what does he know about you and Dan's relationship? Nothing. He's not in your relationship. He has absolutely no even right to talk about that. He's like, does Dan make you this happy? I can see you're laughing at my jokes. Do you laugh at Dan's jokes like this? I was ready to punch him at the table, but instead I grabbed my glass. I was like, this shit is going left. I'm going to drink more. And you're like, you're so funny. You know what? Dan doesn't make me laugh like this. And he's like, Sarah, do you want to go to Vegas tomorrow?
I didn't say that, did I? No, I did not. I defended Dan.
You did defend it.
I said I'm madly in love with Dan. And I said the
did.
complaints that I make about Dan, like lots of times I say things on this podcast, and I say this publicly, so it's no secret.
Right.
I lots of times say, well, I want him to be more adventurous, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. But the truth of the matter is I like all of my energy is gone at 4:30 p.m. Like,
and you did say that, yeah.
And where am I going to go? I love Dan because we're on the same wavelength. We enjoy the same things. Is Dan like this business dude? He's not going to be that way. He's not going to be inappropriate. He's not over the top. And those are many things that I love about Dan. It doesn't mean I love him any less, which I think I made very clear to this person. But like all men, he continued to ignore all that and then went on to propose 2 more times. So it was
exactly
basically wanted to recycle his old wedding ring on me.
He even told us that backstory.
Yeah.
He's like, it costs an arm and a leg. I'm ready to give it to you right now.
I know. And that's exactly what Ed did. Like, that was his engagement. Like, I had specifically, we'd gone wedding ring shopping, and then he proposed to me with his grandmother's ring. And I was like, why the fuck would you do that? When we went wedding ring shopping, the ring that I want. Like, why would you do that? I mean, look, there was a lot of things wrong with my relationship with Ed, starting with he was a lot older. This gentleman who professed his love numerous times is also a lot older. So it's not, But I feel really bad. Like, I feel like sometimes I should just shut this shit down. And I'm so curious. I don't know. Because I feel like this doesn't happen to a lot of other women because I think they immediately give off a vibe of you're not going to fuck with me. And
Right.
I give off way too nice of a vibe.
Yeah, and I guess guys take that as, oh, she's flirting back. But really, you're just trying to be nice and you're trying to enjoy the dinner, which obviously was paid for by gift cards. I mean, it was ridiculous. The whole thing. It was like, are we being punked right now? What is going on? I thought it was a joke.
My question is the true dilemma on this show, and I would be so fascinated, like people watching, people listening, like what you do, because I'm sure people still go out to inappropriate dinners.
Yeah.
People that listen to this podcast are in all industries, whether it's government contracting, banking. So I'm sure you're going out with skeevy clients.
He even asked you how long he would you like him to go down on you every morning. At that point, I was like, this has gone too far. This is too far.
Which I did not answer. I was like, dude, come on. Like at that point too, that was like the end of the dinner. I was like, I'm out of here too.
He tried to make out with you. You were good at dodging. You were dodging the whole thing.
Yes,
and
I
I'm
was
just
very
sitting there
proud of
watching
myself.
like, what?
See, but then I think my standards are so jaded and so low that like even dodging making out with him was not enough. Like I probably should have kicked him in the crotch and we should have left. Like that's really what should have happened. And I'm like, why don't I do that?
Oh my God. And I thought the night was going to continue because he asked us to go to the bar after.
Oh, fuck no. I was like, I'm the fuck out
You
of
were
there.
like, you were out
no,
of there.
and I was like, the one thing I did say to my mind is I was not going to leave you there because I felt like,
Oh, right.
I just felt like it was not good. Like,
Yeah,
and
no.
to continue it going. So my question to you though is then in this decision making of business, do you work with this person?
I would say absolutely not. I would never, ever want anyone. Yeah. Can you guys come in here and talk about it?
Luis, you've heard this story. Luis is a man. What's your thoughts? You've been in the radio business. Now you're in the podcasting business.
Right.
But okay, now do you think I shut the shit down enough or not enough? Because I mean, I did tell him point blank to his face that I was in love with Dan, and these are the reasons why I love
We're
Dan.
also all about good bits and good content, and we were like, "This is content, motherfucking gold."
Yeah,
like,
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told us about this marriage counseling class that he went to. That
Now, has he hit? He needs to be on butt now. Now, did he ever address this after? Did he call you and say, "I'm sorry for my"?
I texted him because there was another conversation. He has a mutual friend who we talked about,
Right.
who he was going to hit up, and I
Right.
wanted to make sure that didn't happen in regards to business. So I texted him the next day.
And said, "Hey, don't hit it."
Yeah,
don't
I
hit him
said,
up.
hey, thanks for dinner. I'll speak to
Thanks
this
for
person.
dinner. No, never finished up. I'm never
Thanks,
talk to him
for
again.
the gift cards for dinner. Thanks so much.
Thanks for
and
using
we're never
us.
speaking to you again. Fuck off. But then I think to myself, I don't know. I feel like a little bit like I am jaded, and
And this didn't even phase you. Now, in the moment, it didn't phase me at all.
It doesn't really phase me because I feel like that, unfortunately, is how I don't know. Well, not with this person, but yeah, over the years, oh my God, more times I have lost count. But here's the thing that I always think about to myself is I always think, this person included, there wasn't a fucking, this guy could have brought out a 4-carat ring. There was no way in hell I was making out with him. I was leaving with him. I have zero fucking interest in this person sexually at all. So, and I had made that clear by saying, I'm leaving, we're done, the dinner's over. So to me, I don't really give a shit what someone else, like, he's obviously embarrassing himself. You know, I won't go into too many details because I don't want people to put together the story, but the guy has struggled in the love department. I think it was obvious why. So to me, I don't feel like it's my job to sit there and tell him, look, this is why it hasn't worked out.
Right. I could see if he was like handing us, thousands of dollars and we were trying to keep it the situation pacified, but this
In
dude's
the era of Me Too, I need to stand up.
Yeah.
I am.
I think the best part was when you tried to defend yourself you were like, you're not going to love me. We have completely different morals. Like they got into politics, and that's when I was like, I gotta leave.
Oh God.
It's
Oh
time to
God.
go.
It was like too much. It was too much.
I think he's ready to jump the gun with.
No. Adios.
He's ready
And we're done.
He's ready to get engaged to.
And we cut him off in business. I mean, I don't know who's going to advertise on this show, I guess. I mean, literally only people that are like...
Well, we don't want him. We stand for good morals, and I would never want to bring... Yes, Sarah.
Okay. I mean,
Damn it.
I feel
You know
like
what?
you are so good. Like, I'm like, oh, when I talked to you the next day, when I called you the next day and I was joking about it, and you were like, no, this is like not funny. I'm so disgusted. I was like, oh shit. Okay. I need to really work on my morals because I really respect and value you. And I would never want to
that's good.
disappoint you. I don't give a fuck about this person. Like, they're going to be here and gone, and we're never
Right.
going to see them again. And best wishes. Like, hope all is well for you.
Best wishes, sayonara.
But no, I felt bad. Like, I didn't want to let you down. And I felt like you were really upset with the way that I behaved. I felt bad about that. Because I felt like as the older person in our friendship and as someone who has been around, I should have really been like, okay, look, we're here to have a good time with you, but
Right.
you know my situation, and the fact that you're continuing to profess and plan our wedding is like a little weird.
Right. I was proud of you for not accepting a kiss, but I do see you as my older sister, and I was like, she's not protecting me at all. This is like, where's my mom? Like, where's my mom, Sarah?
Oh God, I'm really bad.
She
at
was
that.
gone. She was
Yeah.
gone. She was out the door.
Yeah, no, that was.
And one champagne of glass later, you were out the door.
I was like, please,
Like,
I'm going to
Sarah,
enjoy
come
this
back.
prime rib and whatever.
By the way, I hated that. I hated the prime rib. We all got the prime rib special. It was super fatty.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything that was really going to bring you back from that experience. I think you're pretty disgusted. Like,
you know what? And
hated
fuck
the linens.
That prime rib It sucked anyway. And the champagne sucked too. And that wine was too buttery. I know I said full bodied, but it sucked.
Well, you guys, we always are full disclosure with you on this show, so we
Well,
love
there
your
you go.
opinion. Yeah, that was, and we always share way too much in our real life, and that was it. I mean, short of naming names, and I feel like give us a month, tune back in, and we'll name names. Like like we just like always we're like, how do we time this so the person is probably not listening, and then we can talk shit about them. That's
Can't
reasonable.
wait.
Can't wait. All right, let's hit a few stories, and then we're going to have Alyssa on here to talk about her new interview and promote her podcast. So there's a new story by GQ magazine that says that handsome men suffer the same fate that really attractive women do in the workplace. And that is, according to University of Maryland in the U.S., they carried out 4 separate experiments in 4 different offices, and they found that when men were hiring other men to work with them, their decision was negatively affected by the attractiveness of the candidate and the type of job. So that basically is saying like other... Oh my God, I actually fully burped. Excuse me, I like fully burped. What? I need to like, stop drinking wine. Excuse me. Sorry.
I've never heard you do that
I've
before.
never done that before. I don't think ever on air. Maybe I did at Hot 99.5. I feel like I did. Like one time when we were drinking Red Bull. Did I on Serotyne Mel too?
We're seriously, we're on vacation mode.
No, we're on vacation mode. Anyway, so I am curious. Do you think this is true? Like, you have some hot friends. Iggy's hot. Do you think Iggy is discriminated in his job because he's so hot?
I never thought this would even be closely affecting men. He's been hit on by a lot of older women at his job, though. They try to.
He knows the sexual harassment. I got to get him on the show.
Yeah,
He'd understand.
They set him up with their daughters. They also say that they date younger. They would be interested in dating him if he was open to it. Supposedly, he says he's in a relationship, but I don't believe that for 1 second.
Louise, what do you think? You've worked with, Ty was very handsome. Do you think? I feel like Ty. Did anyone discriminate against Ty because he was so hot? I know. I always say, Dan's very attractive, but he never smiles. So I always say you turn so many people off because you walk in a room and you're like scowling all the time. How about give him a smile? No one gets.
Sometimes women like that.
I need to adopt Dan's personality because he has a complete persona of do not approach me.
It's so true.
I mean, he does, doesn't he? Like, even knowing him.
Yeah.
When you walk in the apartment, he's just like, hi, AJ.
I know. I'm like,
Scowl.
hi, Dan. Like trying to build this really close relationship. He don't want to see me.
I'd be curious, if you're listening right now and you're a guy, do you even feel that way about other hot guys in your office? Like, do you feel like they are
I feel like they would just be
against?
broing out. Like they'd be like, oh, another hot dude in the office. Like, let's fucking go, dude. Like they're just all like hanging out together.
I feel like other men are jealous
Bro
of like
code.
really attractive guys. They say that they're not, like they pretend outwardly that they're bro. Like I think the best part about women is women will tell you, and their body language when they see a hot woman explains it all. They're like, I don't trust this bitch. Like, there's no way you're that hot. If you're that hot, you're stupid. Like, there's something.
Women are catty.
Men
aren't
they're
really,
shady behind the scenes.
They talk
also
about you
creeps
behind your back.
We know. We went to a prime rib dinner. Slow dating is like the big trend. Slow dating. I don't think we ever talked about this on the show, did we? This is a new app that's been invented. It was started in France, but now it's over here, and it literally shows you one person per day in order. It's called Once. The French creators of the dating app Once now allow you to just have an eligible person. They say that they're trying to actually get people to engage in a conversation and physically meet up. So slow dating is just that. You get one match a day, more detailed, like kind of almost like eHarmony tells you all about them. And then you get to decide if you really want to talk to them. If you don't want to talk to them, the match moves on, you decline, and then you get one more match the next day. Like every single day you get it, just one.
There was some backlash on this because people were thinking that, oh, they don't really know me. And what if I just get one match a day? And for weeks, every single person that I'm given is a horrible match. And so, but it does delete that even possibility of just swiping and swiping and swiping and getting so tired of swiping and never finding anybody. But this one is still based off of looks. So that's what I don't really understand. I think there should be an app about personalities and you match. And then if you think you like what they like on a regular basis, their hobbies, and then you get to find out what
like more
they
about
look
them.
like.
I think it is good because I do think people get so overwhelmed on Tinder. Like you
It's
swipe
so overwhelming.
so much that you're like, I think by the time you get done swiping, you're so over it that you're not interested really in engaging with them.
Right. Like,
You know?
Luis, are you on any dating apps?
Really? Why not? What are you waiting for? Aren't you single? Look at you.
All right. I mean, I get that. And
Like,
I used to be on Tinder all the time. And like I said, I'm still on Tinder. I use it as a pooping activity. I've been swiping while I'm pooping. You guys, you got to get on that. Like, it's the best activity while you're bored. And then, you just use it for a little laughs.
Oh my God. I have to say too. Well, we used to read funny Tinder profiles on the show, and so I would swipe too. And it was depressing though. I was like, oh God. Oh, thank God I'm not single. 32% of people 18 to 35 years old, according to a new millennial market research, have attended a Friendsgiving celebration. You've probably heard of them. You eat turkey and stuffing and all the fixings with your BFFs instead of your family. In the past 5 years, it's become more popular than ever, with Whole Foods, Taco Bell, and other companies marketing specifically to Friendsgiving. The point is that you meet more of your friends and neighbors and less of your family. Luis and I were just talking about this. You've never been to one, right, AJ?
I used to when I lived in a place where I was with a lot of friends, but all my friends live in New York City. I mean, most of them. Because I went to Syracuse.
Nobody here in D.C., none of your friends have like a Friendsgiving, like the week before Thanksgiving.
Sadly, no. All my friends have work friends, so they go to that. And, I work with two people, so... And you're going to make...
You know what?
We don't have a big work environment.
Well, first of all, I'm definitely doing something I'm doing a celebration for everybody here. It's the 3rd anniversary. I'm taking you guys all out. I got a $150 gift card that I'm going to use.
Oh, look at this. This is Me Too all over again. Yeah, there was like, $150.
So we're going for Christmas holiday.
Wow, sounds like a lot of fun. We'll all get 3 apps to share.
No prime rib, though. I'm going to tell you right now, it's too expensive for all of us. So anyway, they're saying more Americans love going to Friendsgiving and, in fact, are now beginning to prefer Friendsgiving over actual Thanksgiving, which I was saying to Luis, I do. I've gone to a couple of Friendsgivings the past couple of years, and it's been more fun than the regular Thanksgiving.
Well, most of these people are going to go home for Christmas, so they can't really make it home for Thanksgiving. So this is why you plan it with your friends.
Yes.
I would love Friendsgiving. Friendsgiving sounds like
I know. I want to do it next year. They're super fun.
You go out the night before on Wednesday with all your friends. You get drunk. Then you're hungover on Thanksgiving. And then you just hang out with your friends again, continue the drinking, continue the party.
I know. It's okay. I really got to do one next year. My friend Carl does one. It's so fun. Carl, yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Yes. You'll probably be disappointed. Though. It'd probably be a creep once we get there. That's what usually
They're
happens.
all creeps.
They're all creepy.
I'm done.
All right, let's get Alyssa in here. Alyssa Rashaw is a friend of the show. She's also her own podcast host. I know she's really amazing, and I love supporting her. She did an interview with. She also has a show called The Way We Talk. She did an interview with a cussing pastor. His real name is Thaddeus Matthews. You've probably seen him. He goes viral every once in a while. Now he's gone viral a little bit for not a little bit, but a lot for essentially. He'll use terms like sissy. I think he uses terms that basically a lot of people now find offensive, right, Alyssa?
Well, yeah, a lot of the terms that he's used, sissy, dyke, or even just describing some of the things that, you would do if you're gay.
Right, right.
Oh,
I'm trying not to be offensive.
Derogatory terms.
Yeah,
it comes off as derogatory.
Yeah, I've shared a video, and then people were like, I had some members of the lesbian community be like, he totally trashes women. He'll talk about two gay guys sucking each other's dicks and all this stuff that's really, they feel is very inappropriate.
Yeah, it is. And I asked about that. We got to talk about those things, and
we're going to have you get right on the, grab right on the mic. Sorry. And we're going to.
Speaking to the mic.
Perfect, hon. We're going to play a couple of your clips because he granted you an interview down in Memphis at his church, right?
Yeah. Actually, it was really awesome because he normally charges for interviews.
Really?
He normally
do you
charges.
Find that odd, though, in itself?
No,
as
actually, I don't. Well, it depends on, the person's business and how they make money. He's a TV sensation in Memphis.
Okay.
Locally. He's really a local celebrity, if you will. He's had a radio show. So the things that he does to fund what he does, even when it comes to his ministry, he does that out of his pocket. He doesn't really necessarily, he does, give his congregation opportunities to tithe or give an offering, but he doesn't beat them over their heads with it, as you would see in a lot of churches, which is why a lot of people have turned to ministers like him and have supported them. So to me, charging for an interview, that's his hustle. I'm not going to knock it. I appreciate that,
yeah, right.
He showed me that type of love, coming back into podcasting and so forth.
Now, why was it important for you to interview him? As a controversial figure, everybody's very divided right now. Did you get some backlash for even agreeing to sit down and talk to him?
Some of my friends kind of thought it was crazy. Yeah. They kind of like, why would you want to talk to him? He's a pastor and he cusses. After the interview, after going live with him, the time that I was down there, I actually received a lot of messages on Facebook that said, oh, wow, he's not really that bad of a person after all.
Yeah.
The interview, it was kind of hard because like the first day of us getting there to meet with him, number one, he's already like this kind of aggressive, he's not going to hold anything back type of guy. So
yeah, he doesn't. No, he's no apologies.
I knew that going into this, things needed to be on point. And, my cameraman was late to the fucking plane. He didn't get on the plane on time. Yeah, so...
And you guys flew yourself out?
We flew from DCA, or actually Reagan. I'm sorry. We flew from Reagan. I'm on the plane. Girl.
Well, and you're waiting for your cameraman.
And I'm waiting for the cameraman to get there.
This is so tough.
Oh, it was I didn't even know what to think at that point. I'm sitting on the plane. I don't have the cameras. He does. You know what I mean? So I'm like, should I stay on the plane and wait for him to catch another flight? But what if he doesn't know how to catch another flight? So I'm on the phone with him. He doesn't even know how airports operate. Like, he's from a small town in VA.
Oh,
he's from
my
Manassas.
God.
So he took the train in.
From Manassas?
From Manassas.
There's a train in Manassas, Virginia? That's also news.
I think he got on at like Fairfax maybe.
So he metroed in. He
metroed into the train or to the airport because Reagan's right there on the yellow line or whatever, and he doesn't make it there on time. He gets there as we are boarding.
Oh my God!
So then when we're on the phone, he doesn't even know that he has to get his booking.
This is how the interview started.
This is how the shit went down. Okay, so I'm like, what the hell? You don't know anything about the airport? Because he hasn't flown in 15 years. And then he's like freaking nervous the whole time.
What?
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God.
How you even pulled this interview off is amazing.
I'm trying to tell you, like going in, it was rough. And so when we got to Chicago, the layover went from 45 minutes to 3 hours. The interview was scheduled to start at 2:00.
Wow.
We didn't get into Memphis until 3. And so I'm like,
Is the pastor calling you?
I called, well, when we were at the layover in Chicago, I get on the phone. I had called him as soon as I realized we were going to have to get on the next flight. He calls me back. Well, you wasted my time. Like, this is how I make money. Like, it was rough at first. It was rough. And I was like, yeah, the cameraman. He was like, if he don't know how to get on the plane, are you sure he knows how to run a camera?
Oh.
I was like, oh my God. But I had to take it. You know what I mean? I just had to deal with it. We smoothed everything over to push the interview back to 4:00. We got to the restaurant, Mouthful of Memphis, at like 3:40.
Wow.
So and to be honest with you, the first email that I sent to him, the interview was scheduled to start at 3 anyway. But
Right.
we pushed it up. So technically, according to my time, I was only 40 minutes late. But so anyway, we get there and he comes in and it's just a lot of love.
Yeah.
He wasn't so rough then, but I was still nervous. Mind you, I couldn't change. I could not change my clothes at all for the first sit down at the restaurant. So I have like this Tommy getup on that's got like the crop top, and then I got these Chuck Taylors on. So the whole time he and I are talking, he's going live from his Facebook. His audience is roasting the hell out of me.
Oh, no.
Did you go back and read all the comments?
Oh my God. I had to get off of it. I was like, I'm not looking at this shit no more.
I know, because people always have comments about your appearance.
It was so bad.
Do you feel like the people that were following him are going to be very Christ-like and very nice?
No, it's straight. it's just straight up. I can't say that word on this show because they say, you know what I mean?
Tell us.
Oh, she over there cooning. I don't want to get hit with that.
That was Alyssa. I always have to remind me. That's not me.
I don't want them to hit me with that, but they was real rough. Like this one dude was on there like, how she get an interview? Like, and then one person was like, oh yeah, Pastor be tricking. Like, I done sold him some pussy to get an interview. You know what I mean?
That's horrible.
It was terrible. They were clowning me.
What are we going to find out about Thaddeus Matthews, about the pastor, that we haven't heard about him anywhere else from your interview?
One of the things that you'll hear, I didn't bring that clip today. I kind of want to leave those, in suspense a bit, but one of the things you'll hear is the relationship between him and his mother. The first time that his mother actually told him that she loved him was basically on her dying bed.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Really? Growing up his whole life, he never heard that word.
He says that in the interview. And this was actually when he had, he left the church for a while. So what you'll understand is he has been preaching since he was the wave of the young ministers that had came in. So he's been preaching since he was like in his teens.
Wow.
And after growing up in the church for so long and seeing all of the hypocrisy, right? He was like, I'm tired of the bullshit. So he left. And then when he came back differently. And he started reading different books like the Apocrypha, which is considered to be the lost books of the Bible. He started reading the Quran, just different things to kind of open up his mind and I guess get out of that mode of, Christianity, Baptist, that sort of stuff. And he came back and just approached it differently. And to be honest with you, it is working for him because when I went down there, they had a health fair that day. There were people who came from South Carolina, Chicago, Florida, and California that had met one another online via his YouTube channel show. So that's how these people met. They decided to come together and go to church to visit his church for that weekend. So whatever he's doing is working. Like he's really, like in some ways, a cyber preacher. Yeah, he's rough. He's very direct. He doesn't hold back, but it's working for him. People have tried to kill him, like literally tried to kill him.
Wow.
You will hear about that in the interview where someone was in his driveway.
Wow.
Waiting on him. Like he was actually in his driveway. He had to get out to open up the car garage because it was broke at the time. and somebody came up and told him to get on the ground. He was like, no, if you're going to shoot me, you're going to shoot me standing up. And he wouldn't get on the ground. There was another person who fired like 4 or 5 shots, and none of them hit him.
Wow.
So he went through this. And like he just recently lost a son to a drunk driver last year.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, he's human, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, his approach to ministry is what it is, but he's very strong. There's girls in his ministry that he deals with who were actually sexually abused, and you'll see him with these girls. They were sexually abused by a pastor who happened to be their mother's husband.
Oh my God.
And there was 3 of them, and he uses his influence to make sure that individual stays incarcerated for what he did.
I want to play a clip right now because I would say the most controversial thing about him that he gets a lot of backlash from all kinds of communities, the gay community, the black community, the white community, is he does, you know, he comes off as being anti-gay and homophobic, you know, in his rhetoric. And like I said, I've shared a clip and then people call me out for it. So because I thought it was kind of funny, and I thought in a way what he does is he calls out all the contradictions of things like the Catholic Church. Like, hey, you know, lots of times, and not just the Catholic Church, he says in every congregation, these men and women are having sex with the kids. Meanwhile, they're telling you, you know, blah, blah, blah. So you ask him about that. I want to play this clip and then hear your thoughts.
Well, baby, I'm 61 years old. That was a term, sissy.
Right. But I'm just saying, for the sake of the audience, you're not anti-gay. You don't feel against homosexuals at all. It's just whatever the term.
Look, I don't get married to the lesbian. We like the same thing.
I don't get mad at the lesbian. So wait, be honest. Did you find, you know, you obviously are a very worldly woman. You went to Georgetown. I mean, do you think he makes excuses for the fact that he really is homophobic, or?
I think I would say this. That clip there, you'll see more where he goes into how these were terms of endearment that was once used back in the 70s. You know, in his time growing up, when you call someone a sissy or a dyke, that sort of thing. And then he looked at himself and said, you know, we went from Negro, colored, African-American, and he just kind of, it doesn't necessarily relate. I mean, that's just the way that he explains it and what you'll see in the interview.
Yeah, his thought.
Yeah, but I don't think that he tries to cover it up. I just think that he's just not with the times today where you have to be more sensitive.
Yeah.
You know, you understand what I'm saying? I don't find him to be anti anything. I mean, you'll actually see in this interview where he talks about he does not support Black Lives Matter. He doesn't support them.
Yes, I'm fascinated to hear that part. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't support Black Lives Matter. He doesn't like the fact that Black Lives Matter will go into black communities and want to march and do something about police brutality. However, when black people are killing each other, Black Lives Matter isn't marching in the community talking about these issues, and that's his point of view. I don't think that he's anti-gay. No, I wouldn't say that, because I just think that he's not sensitive to when it comes to the way that he speaks about it.
Sure.
There was a pastor recently that is going around right now.
Who's viral. Yes.
Yes, he put out a man who was a transgender.
There was I guess a person maybe that came to his congregation. I didn't read the entire story.
Yeah,
he's transgender.
He's
and this
transgender.
His pastor said,
the pastor basically told him, if you want to come in here, you're more than welcome. Whatever you do outside of the church, that's your business. But when you come in here, you got to dress like a man. That's what he said. And Thaddeus Matthews talked about that. I when it comes to that sort of thing, like, it's kind of difficult because you don't want to be anti, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there are certain rules that go with the house of the Lord for some of these preachers. Some preachers, they don't care.
right.
But then you have some preachers who will say, as for me and my house, I'm going to serve the Lord. And that's exactly what they'll tell you. You can't come in here like that. I can't be mad at that. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's your religion, and that's the I guess the morals, the rules, the law that you have in your church. If they're not friendly, then just don't go.
Right, don't participate.
That's my thing, and I'm seeing that, and I don't just say that in that area as well. I see like these people who couldn't get service, these black people who couldn't get good service at like this nail salon. Don't go to it. They don't have to service you.
Well, I think
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, to some extent, but then it comes down to the thing of discrimination is illegal in this country, and you can't discriminate against somebody on color. And we went through everything in the civil rights to fight for that, and then I think now we're seeing, for me, the debate is, why do you, because you're a pastor of this church, get to decide who comes in, who doesn't? And essentially, in my opinion, this pastor can spin it any way he wants, but he's basically discriminating against someone who's transgender, and vice versa. I think the nail salon situation, when you are saying to a black patron they can't come in here, you're discriminating against them based on color. Now, no matter what, if someone comes in and steals from your establishment, of course, they're not welcome back. But
in this situation, it was just more so the treatment.
Right.
It was, what I mean? Like, they didn't assume that they were going to steal something or anything like that. They just weren't treated nicely. And my thing is like, if someone is going to treat you like that, just keep it moving, because
I understand that point too.
And with Thaddeus Matthews, when he addressed this yesterday, and he talked about how some of these transgenders are more beautiful than women. And the way that he said it was, I don't want none of these men in here getting tricked. And then he went in to say, well, because then if something like that were to happen, and say this man did take you home and he didn't know that you were transgender,
right,
he could get so mad and then kill you.
That's happened before.
And that happens. You understand what I'm saying? So now it becomes one of those a situation where it's kind of like, in some ways, pastors feel like they're protecting everyone in these situations, because you do have sometimes where they're not saying, that they're transgender or something like that. I know for me, I would want to know if it was a woman who transitioned to a man. I would want to know those things.
Right. That's an onus that person should tell you. Absolutely.
Exactly. So when you don't do that, certain things happen. And I think that a part of the reason why they're like, when you come in here dressed like a man, because, you have men in here who may... That's just kind of them.
I don't want to give any more away. I want people to go and watch your interview. It's going to be on your Facebook. Your show is called The Way We Talk. Where can people find the interview, and when will it be out?
Okay, so the full interview is going to be on the Way We Talk radio show. You'll also be able to find it with Thaddeus A. Matthews.
Okay.
He has the Naked Truth and Empowerment Liberation Ministries. Oh my goodness, I messed the title.
You got that.
I messed it up.
You got it.
I messed it up like bad. So I'm sure he's going to be posting it then. We're going to drop this on December 1st. And also, that's how that's going to be. And then, of course, you'll be able to see clips on my Instagram. I am Nova Pearl. Yeah. On
Nova Pearl on Instagram. Alyssa, we are so thrilled to have you. And it's Alyssa Rashaw. I wasn't saying it correctly earlier.
That's all right.
Thank you for being on the show. And I'm very curious to see it, because it's a discussion that lots of people are having. So thank you for being on.
Too. All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Joel. All right, we're going to do 4 things that are popping. AJ, these
Four
are
things
always...
that are popping.
4 things that are popping. These are all the pop culture stories of the week. So we'll hit these. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey is teasing that there's going to be an edit button coming to Twitter, and he says that your follower count is irrelevant. You believe that, AJ?
This is just for Twitter. Because I would like follower count to not matter on anything. People are so consumed by that.
So consumed.
So this is a new thing about. Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, well, he says that an edit button, they're really thinking about it, but it will have restrictions, meaning like you might be able to edit within an hour of putting up a tweet, but it won't be like you can't go back days later and tweet it. He also says that he thinks as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram continue to clear out fake accounts constantly and people are always gaming the system, he says that, your follower count doesn't matter.
Because you can buy followers now on anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And you could promote your stuff. So basically, he says that people should worry less about that and should find true engagement. They should also work on standing for something, of course, within reason, obviously not something hateful, because Twitter and Facebook are shutting you guys down. But he says, that follower counts and an edit button for Dorsey mean, he says obviously the edit button means something, but follower count doesn't. I think that's actually true to some degree. And I think you're getting less and less. I think people are caring less and less because they're seeing how fake and inflated followers are.
So true. My biggest thing is all connecting with people. I follow hashtags on Instagram. I follow hashtags on Twitter, things that I'm really interested in. I like to see what's trending. So I'm really happy that I would be all for getting rid of the follower count.
The internet is obsessed with this beagle and goose that continue to document their friendship on their YouTube page. It's been a couple of weeks since the goose and the beagle end up embracing. They almost look like they're hugging. Oh my God. Oh my God. And they have like a full on YouTube page where they like have fun and the beagle snuggles with the geese. Okay, I don't know. It almost looks like it's going to eat it. Okay. What? Oh my God. All right. That.
Oh. So this is when he was a baby, but then the goose grows up.
Yeah, they've been friends together for a long time, and then they continue to snuggle with each other as the goose gets older. I think these videos are so funny. Like, you know what I mean? When you have two pets that you don't think would be friendly with each other, but yet they are.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
I wish I could live on a farm, but here we are.
You
I would
do?
have a million animals. You know, my boyfriend has 2 birds, a dog. He probably would have 15 dogs if he could, but
he's getting to that menagerie of no thanks. Ugh, the animals smell so bad. I also
grew up on a farm.
Jezebel recently did an article of the disappearing celebrity blogger. I don't know if anyone is listening. If you used to be obsessed with Perez Hilton, Michael Kay, delisted. Well, they're saying a lot of these blogs are disappearing as podcasts are taking over. And the years in the 2000s, meaning like 2005 to about 2013, celebrity bloggers were it. Everyone would go to PerezHilton.com, which launched in 2004. I know. Were you a big Perez fan?
Huge Perez fan. And then he kind of really disappeared. I think
I've met him several times. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He came actually when I was in radio on Hot 99.5. He hosted a Jingle Ball. They were like, not really Jingle Ball. It was like kind of like just a concert event. And he's really great at writing, but I would say he's not really a great host.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So behind the camera, he's better. He's better behind the scenes.
He's super behind. And
he's super talented. I loved all of his pictures where he would like edit.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they basically said too in 2012 and 2013, the world went through everything anti-bullying campaigns really launched. So then that killed Perez's business because
he really was all about making fun of the celebrity.
Yeah, and he would draw cocaine on everybody's nose and everything. That was like the best part. See, I miss that. Do people miss that, or is it like sign of the times we don't bully people anymore?
Yeah.
Do you miss it, or you feel like
I miss the
stupid?
trash talk? Because sometimes I just need to drink wine and just look at these trash talkers and just have a fun, whatever. But then, you think about the overall big picture. It's terrible. We should not promote it. But sometimes we need a little trash talk,
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. So
it's because we're doing vloggers, we're doing Instagram influencers. It's too saturated. There's way too much for people to even grasp.
But
you know what I mean?
I'm curious, like with Perez, because I do kind of pop on his Instagram once in a while, and he just trolls people still on Twitter and stuff. Like what
does he make money on now?
I think still on his blog. Like once in a while, he'll break a story.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Once in a while. That one big story a year, and then he lives off that. That's incredible.
There's a man in Japan who married his hologram. It's a cross-dimensional human hologram. He had a wedding for 40 people, $17,000. They're saying it's a new trend. See, I need to move to Japan because I feel like everything goes there. They're always
Sarah,
fucking like...
No, out of protection for your own soul and, where you're going to end up in the afterlife, I don't think you should go there.
Your mom needs to give up so much shit for me for Lent. Like so much. So much. Your mom needs to say so many rosaries for me. According to AFP, the ceremony cost, as I mentioned, $17,000. And Akikio Kondo is his name. He says he's absolutely in love with this hologram. She does everything for him. She talks to him. She texts. She's basically like Alexa brought to life. He says at first people were making fun of him, but now people have accepted his love. He says that she gives him fulfillment that he never could have imagined. She literally sits in like a hologram Alexa-like thing. Like she can't be brought to life. He's in the video toasting her.
Are they able to?
The fuck?
Does he have virtual reality? Like he can actually touch her?
I believe his virtual reality comes through like a doll that he like makes love to, but like it's still her voice.
Oh, jeez. If you guys ever seen the show Maniac on Netflix, it's the guy. They show you he's actually using virtual reality. This is the same type of thing. I'm trying to look for the picture here, but that's absolutely nuts.
Isn't that crazy? I mean,
now I can't find it.
Like, and they're saying that as people become more lonely and age, virtual reality should not be dismissed. That people should take it more seriously. Okay, give me a fucking break. Like
people are going to be falling in love with these virtual reality people and sex dolls.
Actually, I went to a couples therapy the other day with Dan, and I thought to myself, we are kind of in love with our phones. Like we are turning into the show Her. Like, because you know what I mean? Sometimes if I don't look at my phone for a couple hours, I'm like jonesing for the phone. I'm like in love with it. I'm like in love with it. I'm like, oh, get over here, Apple 10. Let me make love to you.
I have to pee so bad, so that's
Okay,
why
we're
I'm
done.
jumping around. No. But I will say, I just read this new article that we check our phones like 100 times a day or something over crazy like that. But don't you have this new app that you check how many times how much time do you spend on your phone?
It pings me every single week, and every single week it goes, your screen time is is off the charts. You're up to 10 hours a day and 43 minutes. Reduce your time by taking a walk. And I'm like, fuck you. How do I delete you? How do I delete you? I'm like, I don't want to be reminded that I'm on this thing all the time.
Well, it's for your job. But yeah, I think we're addicted to our phones. We're almost
you.
having a separate relationship with our devices, which is really sad.
Yeah,
But I think this is a huge thing. I mean, all those lonely people.
My work is on my phone. I love you, device. All right, you guys, we're out of here. Have a fabulous Thanksgiving. Please send us your business dinners. Have they gone left? Make us feel better about our lives. Anything really.
I don't know.
Really?
Oh, no, please do share your experiences. I need
Sarah
to know.
at heyfrase.com is the email. You don't think people have had the same experience we have? You think?
Oh, all the time. Are you kidding me?
Thank
Yes.
God. Okay, thank God. Yeah. I'm like, please
Dear
don't
God,
let me be
I
that
hope so.
weird. And everybody discloses everything to me.
That's great. No, I love pineapple mayo. It's my favorite.
But you like the barrier. You don't like it in real life when they're down on one knee.
Sarah,
I
it
broke
was
my
too much.
addictions to strip clubs, and now I just want to go down on you, pals.
And you were like, okay. And I was like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
Bye,